Welcome to The Downside. My name is Gianmarco Soresi. Oh, I forgot a spoon. Now, here's the offer. You could either get a spoon because you get nervous talking by yourself, or I can get the spoon, but you have to entertain for the 20 seconds it's going to take me to get that spoon.
Damn it.
Ready?
Okay.
Figure out something. This is my co-host, Russell Daniels.
No, I'm getting a spoon. I was going to get the spoon. Oh, okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome to The Downside. This is a podcast where we get negative. We celebrate the negativity. Just so everyone knows, an update from last week. I think I talked about it. I hurt my knee. Oh.
Introduce our guest, Russell.
Hi. My name is Russell Daniels. Nice to meet you, Jared.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm trying to celebrate lumbar support on this podcast.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm fashioning a pillow for my lower back.
Is it okay if we're askew? If it would need to be right in the middle.
Oh, should I sit in the middle?
No.
Okay. I don't know.
Whoa. No, they can do whatever they like.
Okay. I don't know the rules.
Podcast Nazi over here. You have lumbar. You have strong lumbars.
No, I do not. I have strong nothing.
Shut
have
up.
strong
What does the lumbars
Shut
mean?
up.
Like back?
Yeah, lower back.
No, you don't get away with that
Everything
on this
hurts.
podcast. You do strong nothing.
Okay. Everything hurts.
I've brought up
What
at
hurts?
least-
Tell me what hurts.
I brought up one
My
of your
knee.
Instagram pictures 4 times.
How many years ago was that?
I don't
What did
know.
you bring
it's
it up
it's my
for?
background, so it's every day.
Yeah.
You photoshopped that?
That's fake. I photoshopped
Shut
it.
up.
The paparazzi photoshopped me.
I'll show you this picture, and you tell me this guy who just said he has weak everything. If he can go fuck himself.
Why are you bringing it? Well, you said you
Because
brought
when
it up.
because I saw it and I go, that's what I want to look like. It was one of those moments.
Oh,
It was pretty cool, huh?
Who are you showing that to?
This was before you started working with Tova. I swear to God.
Just wandering around the gym, telling people this is who I want to look like.
Yeah. I'll pull it up. Here we go.
Get it
know where it
going,
is.
get going.
Wow.
Yeah, because I was prepping for my guest, so
Okay,
I
okay.
had to look at it again. This is the guy who just said he's weak.
Oh, wow, yeah.
That's the guy.
That's the guy.
Shut the fuck up.
But that's his front. We don't know what the back.
You think the
Yes.
back's as soft
Could be a
as that?
nightmare.
The back is just horrific. Oh my God.
Thank you, Jared Goldstein here today, actor, comedian.
Hot. Right now, I'm just hot. That's the
Just
first.
hot.
That's the headline. I'm hot as in temperature.
Yeah, well, that's why I forgive me not for not offering, but I got a snow cone.
Yeah.
It's gonna be real tough to eat.
Yeah.
Wait, is that really a snow cone?
It's plain. He doesn't get any flavor.
I
on
like
it.
it plain.
No.
I like the texture of the ice as
You're
it
eating
melts.
ice chips.
Yeah, but like really, I wish ice chips were this granular. You know what I mean?
Wow.
You know what I miss? A Sweet Green before they cut off the water in a real display of capitalism gradually. They used to have these beautiful little ice pearls.
Really?
Oh, they used to have a whole water thing. And then they cut that as the bowls got smaller. And then they just made it a water, like the worst water
Yeah.
little,
Ice pearls.
yeah.
All right.
So
I don't know.
before we get into you, I gotta actually have another night terror because for our Patreon, this is coming out August 20th, by the way. Okay, we'll update the calendar next time.
Okay.
It's my birthday today when this comes out.
Oh.
Whoa,
So-
happy birthday.
yeah.
I am 36 now, according to Wikipedia, 35, and that's okay with me. I will be back from Australia. So real quick note, if you want to find like the most updated, we record some of these in advance for the Australia trip, but this Wednesday, we're going to record a Patreon the Monday before, and we'll talk all about Australia and all
Okay,
that
great.
stuff.
Yeah.
So Jared, I've been trying to get sleeping medication for this flight for a
Yeah.
long time.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I was trying every which way. My doctor wouldn't give it to me because I take Ambien sometimes normally.
Okay.
It's not strong enough for planes.
Does it start with the letter X?
That's what I wanted.
Okay.
Because once I took it in 2012,
Your doctor won't give it to you?
he says like the state will flag it because you have Ambien, so they think you're like I think trying to get less people addicted to the pain medication.
Okay,
They've
sure.
gone all the way
Sure
this way.
they are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I hate my doctor. This is the doctor. I've said this before. He said, "Have you tried giving your brain permission to fall asleep?"
We're already touching on one thing that I brought as a gotta stop.
Good.
Doctors?
Well, good.
Western medicine.
All doctors, all medicine. Close the doors.
So I had to meet with a psychologist. I got the discount rate, $400. That's the discount rate
my
for just the
God.
consultation.
What is
the
the normal
discount
rate?
600.
That's not much of a discount.
Why do you get a discount?
It's a big because I know a person who knows a person, and also when you get a discount, you're like, do you want me to say thank you? The original was bullshit too.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they truly make up the numbers. Anytime I pick up something from the pharmacy, even with health insurance, you don't know what it's going to cost. Like those 6 seconds in between them grabbing the medication and boop and them saying what it cost to me, I'm like, you could say any number right now.
Sure.
And all of them would make sense.
Yeah.
You could say $3. That would make sense. You could say $700. That would make perfect sense.
Yeah.
I never know what anything's going to cost. It's really crazy.
Can I tell you one time I saw the saddest thing in the world, and I was at the pharmacy, and I saw an older man waiting for whatever he was waiting for, some pills that he desperately needed, clearly. And it came through, and they were like, they told him how much it was, and he's like, I can't afford that. And he's like, what about my insurance? He was like talking to them. It was back and forth for a long time. And then I watched him just decide to not take whatever life-saving medication. It was the single, most upsetting thing I've ever seen. And he just with tears in his eyes was like, I can't do it. And then he left.
You watched this whole thing and you didn't volunteer at all to throw a couple bucks?
This was 2012. I did not have any money either. This was years ago.
Can I give you a little window into my experience of the last 35 seconds?
Yeah.
You started talking, and then Gianmarco started shoveling ice chips into his mouth, but also spilled some into his lap.
Oh.
And I was like, I don't know what this guy's saying anymore. I'm just watching.
Ice pearls. I was just talking about
Well, if you're listening you were just talking about a man who is about to die and how capitalism had really ruined his life.
Yeah.
I kind of blacked back in, and there was a guy crying at the pharmacy, and I
Yeah.
went, "Wow, that sounds like a good story." But I was not paying
that man's
attention.
dead now, for sure.
Tell it again.
No. Eat your ice
Speaking
chips.
of this
take a
guy,
scoop again.
This guy, this always happens to me, is that the snow cone people, they go, no flavor? I go, no
The
flavor.
snow cone people.
The snow cone guy. I said guy.
Yeah.
But what is
This
it?
big snow cone.
In the Heights, there's a guy who steals the snow cones,
Oh,
and he
really?
goes, "You do musicals? Come on!" he sings, "Piragua, Piragua, ice cold." Yeah, I can do
Are
that
you trying
accent.
to say indigenous people?
No, no, indigenous to New York City, maybe.
We can't call them snow cone people. Not anymore. Indigenous.
It'd be funny if there's one slur like snow cones where people were like, "Well, that one's cute. We're okay with that one."
If
The
someone
Washington
called me
snow
that, I think
cones.
that'd be kind of cute.
If that was a football mascot, the Washington Snow Cones.
Yeah.
So
So,
one of the things you fill out these forms, and I thought it would just say, "Are you suicidal? Yes or no?" No.
Oh.
A lot of questions. So I figured we'd just go through them all.
Okay. I'm going to answer honestly.
You answer honestly.
Okay.
Have you ever had feelings or thoughts that you didn't want to live?
yeah, do ask that on a podcast. He's wearing headphones and a knee brace. What do you think? My God, humiliating this man.
Let's say you say if yes, so we could ask some more questions.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Do you currently feel that you don't want to live?
No.
Okay. Good. How often do you have these thoughts?
Almost never.
Okay. When was the last time you had the thoughts of dying?
Of dying or wanting to
It
die.
says
'Cause-
of dying.
Well, then I'm having them constantly. Not me ending my life, but the dying I think of all the time.
I'm sorry. While you were talking about if you wanted to kill yourself or not, I got distracted.
Okay,
by-
you know what?
Just
I'm
kidding.
done talking to that.
No. Has anything happened recently to make you feel this way?
Yeah.
Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the strongest, this is my favorite part. On a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being the strongest, how strong is your desire to kill yourself currently?
Oh, my God.
What kind of question is that?
Currently.
1 to 10, what would 3 be? That's my question. Is 3 like, well,
That's me.
if there were some knives swinging and I was going that way anyway.
I think 3's pretty good. 3's you're barely ever thinking about it, you know? I think.
Sure, but it's still high.
I mean, if you said 7, it'd be worrisome, you know? 8?
I know they have to do this with these.
6? It's a weird scale. What's 6 mean, you know?
6 would mean like,
They're not going to give you
hey, do you want to
medication.
get a lunch?
Yeah.
That's 6. Hey, do you want to talk?
Hey.
10 is like, fuck, okay. I'm going to cancel the spot
Yeah.
tonight. Would anything make it better?
Sure. Money?
Have you ever thought about how to kill yourself?
No.
How you would kill yourself?
How I wouldn't. Yeah. How I wouldn't. plenty of ways I wouldn't.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
No, but have you ever thought about if you were to do it those times? Did you ever think how?
We all would use pills, right?
Is that true? If you were to kill yourself, pills? Trigger
Sometimes-
warning. By
Trigger
the way.
warning.
The
Sorry.
car thing seems pretty chill.
Oh, you're
Really?
right. That
yeah,
does,
like you close the garage, you just kind of wait, maybe
Music.
you fall asleep.
Doesn't it smell as a stinky car?
know,
it
it's-
depends on your garage and your.
You play
Look,
music?
there's no good way to,
Yeah.
You play music?
Do I play music?
Like no, I'm saying
no,
like
I'm playing the downside, and I'm waiting for the light.
God,
can you
that's
imagine?
too depressing.
This is the downside.
1, 2, 3. Downside. Downside.
You're listening to
Oh, yes.
The Downside
Downside.
You
with
missed how
Gianmarco
cool it was,
Soresi.
what we just did. Yeah. No, it's too late. It's no, I mean it's the moment.
I don't want to miss the next thing.
Sure.
It's called harm reduction.
Well, I'm glad you're still with us, buddy.
Me too. Me,
I,
you too.
Thank you.
So
thank
did you
you.
get the pills?
No, because I said 11 out of 10. I'm ready.
Okay.
Just give me the thing. No, I did.
Okay,
So I
great.
got Xanax. I'm actually gonna try to get Adderall. I have to go to my cardiologist, make sure he thinks it's okay. And
And that's for the ADHD.
Oh my God.
ADHD.
I was just talking about it.
I'm going. I'm trying it all.
You've been officially diagnosed?
This has got to stop.
Oh yeah? You could say it now.
This has got to stop. Needing a specialist, needing a referral to go to a specialist.
100%.
No more.
Is that just America?
Trust me. I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
If I think I have cancer, cut me open. Don't ask me any questions.
Yeah. I 100% agree. I'm trying to think why. I guess it's so you don't abuse going to all these specialist
Yeah.
doctors, but it is insane given how long delays are for
Yeah.
appointments. We can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's so crazy.
Yeah.
I recently had a staph infection, and I do want to come out publicly as having had a staph infection this year.
What is it? Is it in the picture?
Yeah.
What that's skin.
Wait, these are so loud. I'm going to take this off.
We can lower them too.
That's okay. They're
Yeah,
off.
yeah.
Okay, I had a staph infection on my neck, and I saw a dermatologist. They kind of hardly took care of it. I saw another dermatologist when I was in a different city. They also kind of hardly took care of it. They said, you should go see a specialist. And the specialist was called an infectious disease doctor. That's the name of the doctor,
Yeah.
the infectious disease doctor. They gave me the phone number. I left them 2 voicemails. They've never called me back to this day.
That's crazy.
Never heard back from the infectious
all they know, you
disease
have-
doc-
yeah.
They're just letting it ring.
Wow.
So that's why you've grown your hair out, I assume.
Yeah, it's covering the staph infection.
So are you okay?
Oh, I'm fine. I think I basically ended up taking they gave me this like just in case antibiotic because they're like it's really strong and don't take it and like only if you think you really really need it. And I'm like, hello, I just tested positive for staph infection. Like, what are we
Yeah.
doing?
Yeah.
Give me the thing. So I didn't take it because they were like, I was being a good little boy and listening to the doctor and not taking it. And I'm just getting different staph infections all over my body, just kind of going, that's weird. That's weird. And eventually, 2 phone calls and nothing later from the infectious disease doctor, I said, fuck it, I'm taking this antibiotic. It's been sitting in my house. I could have
Sure.
taken this. Started taking it. There were no side effects that I know of. And I'm fine now.
Great.
No more referrals. Don't hand me a Post-it with a phone number on it.
Yeah.
Nothing.
You don't give a medication saying like, this is intense.
I know.
Take it if you want.
Yeah.
There's so many not answering. Like for example, if I take Ambien, and I know sometimes people will have like a glass of wine and Ambien. They say don't drink and do this.
Yeah.
I get it. I get why.
Yeah.
I get why. Because someone takes 10 drinks and does 50 milligrams
Yes.
and they're unhealthy and they die.
Yeah.
I'm asking like, hey, everyone I know, when they have a red eye,
Yeah.
they do an Ambien and they have a glass of wine. Can you, doctor, tell me the truth instead of having me Google and I'm on Reddit going like,
Yeah.
it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. I died doing this.
Yeah.
And I go, Jesus Christ.
You know what I just invented in my head right now?
What?
You know what we really need? AI doctors on call over the weekend.
Yeah.
Figure that out. Of course we can.
Google is going to tell you, oh, you eat 10 pebbles.
No. It's going to be really smart AI. They're going to use the references of the whole past, the DSM.
All of Reddit.
They
The
have all
whole
of Reddit.
Reddit.
They have all of Google. They all have Bing. They have all of the DSM. They have every image they need. They have all information. They can do it. AI
Yeah.
can do it. They can do
Love it.
And they're going to be there for us on the weekends when your doctor is having a brat summer.
Pro AI when it comes to doctors.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're
Yeah.
I'm still on board. No AI for any art or flyers. But for doctors, they've had it good long enough.
No art or flyers.
You don't think an AI can do a doctor's job?
No, Google just recently had a thing where people asked, how do you make pizza where the cheese doesn't stick? And they said, add glue. So I'm nervous.
Well, I had a chiropractor pull on my leg and gave me sciatica, so I'm still nervous. I was nervous in
Really?
the first place. Yes.
Why did you go to a chiropractor? Why
'Cause I
would
was
you do
desperate.
this?
I was desperate.
I know.
You know, Tova always wants to crack and all these things, and I said, this is a pseudoscience. We can't do this to you.
Yeah.
And then eventually, 3 years in, I said, all right, let's rearrange something. In there.
Most of them are okay. And there were some signs.
What's going on with your back? You an athlete?
It's terrible.
How'd this happen?
I don't know.
The gym?
My dad had a really bad back, and I don't. But I think I've inherited some of back issues. My C4 and my lower lumbar. I haven't got an MRI yet on the bottom, but up on the top, I have what's called a radiculopathy. The hole where
I'm
the
familiar.
nerves. See, I'm a doctor.
Yeah.
Radiculopathy.
That should be the name of the funny bone if we're being honest.
Ridiculous.
Yes, literally. When he
Yeah.
told it to me, I felt like I was like,
It
I
sounds-
felt like I was on like an HBO dramedy.
Yeah. That should be like, you know how the funny bone has some comedians that are a little like, you know, it's. Listen, I perform there.
Yeah.
But they should have like the elevated funny bone, the ridiculous.
The radiculopathy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, the hole where my nerves are coming out is getting smaller, and it's pinching the nerves, which is sending a lovely signal down my arm and into my hand at all times.
No.
And you think it's just. Could it be weightlifting at all? You lift? You
Yes
working out?
and no. It's hard to say. But I think I'm gonna take the plunge and get the surgery. And also, I used the staph infection antibiotics as my sign to do it, because I saw a surgeon and he's like, you could have the surgery.
Oh yeah. You're
And I'm going,
okay.
You're the
Then
doctor.
Just tell
You
me what
tell
to
me.
do.
I'm gonna replace you with a robot. I swear to God.
Yeah.
You can hear them. I can hear them talking in the way that they worry a lawyer will repeat to them on the stage.
Yes. Yeah.
Did you say he should get it? Could.
said could,
Could with a
could.
hard C.
It's ridiculous.
Insane.
It's a ridiculopathy.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I in the way that I just said, fuck it, I'm taking these antibiotics that they gave me and told me you could take them. I took them and it worked and it helped great. I'm starting to feel that way. I'm like 2.5 years into like chronic pain in my shoulder and hand.
Oh.
And I'm like, what's the worst that's gonna happen? Lights out? Good night.
I guess.
There's always that.
okay.
that casual. Is that how you see it?
That's how it happened.
Are you
Look,
chill and real? Like, okay, you're going into this surgery.
Okay.
They're gonna put you in anesthesia.
Sure.
First, who's there? Who's the person? That you say
literally,
bye
I'm
to?
doing this in LA. No one's there.
No.
Isn't that sad?
Sure.
No one's there. I'm calling an Uber to get home.
Tova would go.
Tova's here.
Yeah.
yeah.
If Tova was like, "Why are you flying to LA?
Oh my
Some
God.
big award?" No. It's,
No, surgery.
Oh God.
Yeah.
So you're doing it alone?
I got my wisdom teeth out alone, and they didn't put me under because I was alone.
What did they
What,
do?
they were like, "No one will know."
They just Novocained me
Oh, okay.
and took them out.
Okay.
But if you were to, I've gone under once.
Uh-huh.
Have you ever
Never
gone
gone
under?
under.
For me, it was the most existentially upsetting. Oh, I think I'm gonna die. I can't believe. And I had a friend go, and
Yeah.
you know what? Cried, and said good. And then the part where you
Said
say
goodbye.
goodbye. Well, yeah, because he doesn't go with you to the final room. If I ever do it again, I'm going to say, can you drug me up before you bring me to the other room? Because instead I say bye, and I'm fully conscious as they wheel me into a room that a torture artist would use, where there's a light above you, and it's big, and they're moving it around, and it's bright.
Yeah.
And then there was all these doctors. The thing was mechanical, so it started like strapping me to the thing, and there was a nurse there.
They strap you down.
And the nurse, because I started sobbing, and this nurse like rubbed my chest.
Oh my God. How old are you?
And it was 26, 26. But the nurse was rubbing my chest like, it's okay,
Yeah.
it's okay. And
Aww.
and then very quickly, you know, you feel a little bit of coldness in your blood, and you're out
You
Yeah.
feel coldness in your blood?
because they're injecting,
Yeah,
you know,
Okay,
regular
I want to
temperature.
live. I want to live. I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
I take it back. I'm all talk.
Oh man.
You've never go. You said
No, I did
you
because I had my appendix out, but
Right.
it was too young. I was like 12, so it's before a lot of the existential stuff creeps in. So I don't remember.
You're just like, well, if I
was
die, I
not-
go to heaven with my dog.
No, there was no part of me that thought I was going to die then.
Sure,
you
I
know what I mean.
understand.
So yeah,
What kind of surgery did you get?
well, I got my appendix out, but it was like bad. It had exploded, and I had like been going like I had like been walking around with a ruptured appendix where it was just bleeding
And the
into
doctor
me.
was like, you could die.
Yeah. No, it was
Yeah.
like I did recognize later on that they were like, they rushed me from the like urgent care place in a ambulance to the hospital.
Yeah.
Like it was like, oh, he needs to have surgery right now. It's
It's
been
good when you're a kid. Get them all out of the way.
Yeah, I know. Like didn't even think then. My parents were crying, and I was like, "It's fine. Like it's an appendix. You know, people get them out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean." But then I had to stay in the hospital for like a week, and that's a long time for an appendix.
Sure.
They had like a
Whoa.
tube coming out of me with just pus dripping for
Stop.
like 2 weeks after.
Did you see it?
Oh,
Were you
it
like,
smelled terrible.
oh!
It smelled terrible. I can still smell it. And also, it was just a tube in me. Like if I had wanted to, I could pull it out. You know.
And it'd be,
I mean, it would hurt. It was definitely a tube in me. You know.
Did it ever get tugged and did it hurt to tug? Did it tug it?
I actually truly never tugged it. Like I was very conscious of not tugging it. You know.
Dude, let's see how strong this thing holds. I just imagine, like when they put in a thing to get like sap out of a tree, and it's just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
it's just pus.
It was disgusting.
Oh, do you still have a hole?
Yeah, I mean, I have a scar there. Yeah.
Like, could you put your finger in?
No, it's a cross. It's like a line.
I thought that'd be a very intimate thing to be like.
Do you? You're asking like you wanted to put your finger in my scar.
So as I mentioned briefly, everyone knows who listens to this podcast. My girlfriend, both these guys managers,
Yes.
has night terrors.
Yeah.
Yeah. She just goes,
Still.
"God, when is Russell gonna book?" And can you imagine her night terrors were like?
God.
So last time for the Patreon, we agreed that I sometimes know when they're going to come. Like if I'm staying up later, I know the moment I walk into the bedroom that she's going to have a night terror. The noise just triggers her. And I asked to play. She said, "Oh, we could play this night terror on the podcast," and I did the wrong one. And she was like, "You played which night terror?" And thank God she was okay with it because the
okay.
whole episode was around it. That was an old Patreon, and we released some of it, so you can find it.
Yeah.
It's called Night Terrors Caught on Film a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
But this is the one she said
Okay.
I had permission to post. And it's a doozy. Again, watch the YouTube if you want to see it. Let's see if this works.
Oh, I'm
Do you need
nervous.
his headphones or is it going to play? Okay, great.
I'm so nervous.
What's wrong, baby?
No, wait!
Don't worry, I'm here.
No, I don't know.
Just checking the door, baby.
It doesn't matter because if you're. Yeah, I know. I feel this whole place is.
What? Are you smiling?
No, I'm not smiling.
You seem like you're smiling.
I'm not.
You're a little laugh in your voice.
It's just like.
Can you tell you're having a night terror right now?
No, I'm awake.
You're awake. You're 100% awake?
The thing with like. I'm awake.
I believe
I'm
you.
coherent.
Okay.
The thing is about having like. This like. Yeah, these. Entry points into it is.
Mhm.
What
What was that? What was that look?
It makes sense.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about. Why don't you tell me in the morning?
I'm gonna,
Want to tell me right now? I feel like you're tired. It's okay.
because whether it's a night terror or whether it's real, it is similar.
I agree.
Meaning, like, does she actually need a bag or does she not? You know?
What bag do you need in the trunk?
I don't care. I'm just saying. But some of the stuff that, like, when I go to bed, it's just stuff that you don't realize. And one of the things is, if it's worth being talked about in like a gossip, whatever, it's like item-wise, and it's probably like no one's gossiping about your Target forks. But if you're like, wow, you've got like nice blah blah blah.
Uh-huh. Well, I checked your bag. We got your glasses, so you're all set.
But my point was you walk in naked, and my point was the issue is if we catch you on camera naked, now that we're in the house is safe. Because anything could be used as a clip.
Sure.
I mean it.
No,
It's
I know,
not
but
coming
everything's
out
okay.
right, but like,
No, I know, but it's
you
okay.
don't know that.
But everything's okay. Nothing's gonna be a clip, okay?
I mean,
We're gonna make
hello.
all of this a clip. What are you talking about?
I'm not gonna make I'm gonna show it to you in the morning.
You make it all a clip, but then for yourself.
Just for you.
Oh, there's the
I'm saying
truth.
you are gonna make clips to boost engagement.
To what?
Boost engagement.
No, I'm not gonna post these clips, baby. This is just for us.
She said, remember.
It's our home movie.
Yeah, until these home movies get.
You have home movies. You have a lot of home movies. You can add this to the others. Love you. Love me?
Okay. Lot to talk about.
Wow.
So, first of all, she said post this.
Yeah.
Again, these are just a show. You saw she wears my defunct merch.
Yes.
Which is very
Yeah.
sweet. But yeah, a lot in there. That's
Well,
probably the
it's-
longest, most. And there's one moment where you can see because she'll often she's in a state where she might cry because she's like, "Where's my bag? Where's my glasses?" is a common one.
Yeah.
And there's one moment where you can see just like she almost turns into that, like where she could just cry in the time.
Yeah.
And then it stops and then goes to sleep. But that just lasted for so.
Well, it's
Long.
interesting because it's like it is hard to tell because you're like there's moments where you're like she seems like she's awake and then like not at all. You know,
Yeah.
it's confusing.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
The
doesn't have no
entry
memory
points.
of it.
The entry
points. And then I am fully naked filming that, of course,
Yeah.
as she indicated.
Yeah.
I always have to look back at the video to be like, careful, there's nothing.
Yeah.
There's a
dropping the
mirror you
phone.
didn't realize. There's like a.
You never know.
There's a sunglasses.
So yeah, that's your
Wow.
that's your manager.
Wow.
Crazy.
I mean, even in her dreams,
Yeah.
she's
She's
boost. How
thinking
do I
about-
boost engagement?
Boost engagement. Yeah.
That's amazing.
It's really wild.
Wow.
And so we're about to go to, I mean, we will have gone to Australia at this point. Usually, if we're on a plane, there's no night terrors. If we're in a hotel,
Yeah.
is usually not night terrors.
Oh.
I think it's very much, I think it is tied to lack
To
of
you.
security in general.
To you and your Instagram.
Me and
That's
my
what I'm
Instagram.
seeing.
Yeah.
But I think it like is like I sometimes wonder if we had a doorman, would it change something deep inside? But I think in the beginning it was so much about someone's going to break in. That was the beginning of the night terror. Someone's breaking in. Where are my glasses in case I need to run? Where's my bag in case I need to run? Who's going to steal something?
Whoa.
And now they've evolved.
What if she packs a like a to-go bag?
We when they were really bad, we would do checks before, and I'd be like, "Hey, can we like this might seem stupid, but let's just go over it. Your glasses are here.
Yeah.
These glasses are there. That purse is right there. I'm locking the door."
What if you stayed awake all night long with a shotgun and guarded the door for her?
Yeah.
Sure. If she really wanted to fuck with me, she could like program deep inside of her. If one day she went, "You're gonna die tomorrow,"
God.
I would be like, "Oh my God, you
God.
saw something. You were
Yeah.
connected to something."
Oh my God.
So that's the one reprieve is I don't get any sleep, but we do get some good
Some good
content, which
engagement out of it.
helps
Good engagement,
boost
boost
engagement.
engagement.
Do you sleepwalk at all or talk?
No.
I a little bit.
No.
What do you do? What if
It's so crazy. It's just enough that I certainly don't, but I definitely do. And I have a couple stories of it happening. The first time it happened, I was a kid, and my sister was having a sleepover, and I walked into their room, and I peed onto her carpet.
no?
Yeah.
A full pee.
A full, just about.
Did they wake up?
Yeah. It's one of those things where the memory doesn't quite make sense because I feel like I would remember my mom having to clean it up, and I don't remember that. I think I maybe started. I think I did.
Once you start,
Once you
hard to
start,
stop.
it's really
Yeah.
hard to,
Oh,
it's hard to
can't
clip
stop.
it.
I don't know if
doing
I've
that.
ever fully stopped. Even
I
you
don't-
can hold it for a sec.
I can
Yeah.
stop. I've done it
You
in the
can
car
stop,
before.
stop?
Stop.
If you have to, it sucks, but you
Oh,
can.
you
can
in a
do
car?
it.
Why? What happened?
Because you're driving into the city. There's a lot of traffic. You're coming from Long Island. You drank a lot of water because you have a beautiful singing voice. You need to stay hydrated, and then suddenly you have to pee. But again, there's too much traffic, so you pee into the water bottle you've been drinking
And it
from.
filled up.
But your pee is a lot of pee.
Oh my God,
So
you
you have
stopped
to
it.
clip it.
Oh my God.
You can do it. You can do it.
Have you ever fully clipped a pee
I
like
don't
mid?
think I've had to, but it's an experiment that I think I would fail.
Do you? I mean, by the time the snow comes down, I'm sure we can try mid pod.
You can do it. I swear to God, you can do it. Believe in yourself.
But how does
peeing
it
in
swallow
your-
back up?
but
There's
peeing
got to
in
be
your-
some
You
like.
literally know how to just think about it for 1 second. You that's how you do it.
Yeah, you don't. Have
It's
to,
like a
you don't have
Kegel.
to, like,
You do like a Kegel.
Uh-huh.
You know how you can like make yourself pee?
Yeah.
It's the same muscle.
But you did it in your sleep.
Look, I'm jacked. I can do things you can't do.
Your back is shit, but your Kegels are fucking ripped.
Fucking law.
I started taking voice lessons again, a little here and there.
Yeah.
And my guy, he loves. I could tell that he likes to say it with a little bit, where he goes before you sing, engage the same muscle as used to make your erection move.
Isn't it so ridiculous? These acting
And I'm like, Kegel
teachers,
is
they're
fine
so
enough.
He just wants to
ridiculous.
say it. Yeah.
Yeah,
They
he
love
says
it. They love
Yeah.
it. They love it.
Well, I had a voice teacher, and he not a voice teacher when I auditioned for musical theater school, and it was there was a song where he goes like, oh, and he was like, what do you think that is? This is in the audition. I was like, I don't know, and he's like, he's coming.
Oh my god.
He's coming, and that's
Calm
the school I
down,
went to.
you fucking
That's the school
pervert.
I went to.
About high school?
College.
College.
But it was like, oh, and he was like, you see, that's oh,
That's the cum coming out.
That's the cum coming
That's
out.
the ejaculate.
That is not what it sounds
So I
like. when
started
I'm
jerking
coming.
off for this song.
That's the gooning.
That's the gooning. Yeah, it's so you could just go. That's the ecstasy. He's
Yeah.
That's the pleasure of it. He's
Yeah.
coming.
He's coming. But I also cry in my sleep. Pretty cool.
Really.
No.
Yeah.
What kind of crying? Like sweeping?
Yeah.
I've woken I always, if I do cry, like I have a dream that makes me cry, I
Yeah.
wake myself up.
Crying.
Like crying. That's the one thing that
That's
will
what
wake myself up.
Although one time I slept walked and I blew my nose into my towel and I realized it the next morning when there was 2 dried snot streams in my towel and I was like,
Oh my God! You're doing all sorts of bodily functions with this
Oh,
sleep
yeah.
walking. Thank
Oh,
God.
yeah.
Can you imagine? Hey, I got a new video of Tova. Here's her shitting all over the floor.
yeah.
She said, "This will boost engagement, huh?"
Yeah.
I met someone once that they would order food. They would order like seamless. They would like order like she would do it in her sleep and like order like 10 things on seamless, and like the next morning she'd wake up to all these phone calls from delivery people because she would just order it and then have no memory and not wake up to get it. You know,
Oh, that sucks.
They would just be sitting outside.
he would either be sitting outside or they would just take it with them because no one answered.
Oh, my
But yeah, she'd like
God.
spend money on it, and it would be like
You just have
you
to
know,
delete the apps at that point.
yeah.
Your sister, older or younger,
Older.
and how'd she take this whole peeing during the middle of her sleepover?
I think it was funny. I also I think some of it got on her friend who was like kind of not her friend. So I think that was it was a little celebratory in our memory.
Oh wow!
It's kind of a funny memory of like that one time you accidentally peed on that girl I wish you would have peed on.
Hey, I wonder if she has a thing for it now. That's how it started.
She's been
Maybe.
talking about it every week with her therapist. Yeah.
How many years older is your sister?
2.5.
And did she bully you? Did she guide you?
Little. No, a little of both. My sister was really popular.
Really?
In school. She was the most popular girl in her grade, and I was probably the least popular kid in mine.
Really.
Yeah, so that was kind of a fun dynamic.
Your mic's all twisty. Do you want to untwist it?
Should I?
Oh, I just didn't know. I saw you. This honestly is the most ADHD episode we had between the two of us.
I mean, I'm definitely not enjoying the fact that it's twisted.
Okay, great. Well,
Okay,
we
great.
fixed it.
Yeah, there we go.
Where did you go to school? Where'd you grow up?
I grew up on Long Island.
Long Island.
Yeah.
And she was like a cool kid.
Oh, yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
you were because you are
No.
I would consider
What? Say it to my face.
you're cool. Sorry,
Hey, thanks.
but you're part of what I would consider like I think of like the cool comedians.
Really?
Come on,
I'll take
stop.
it.
You know,
I know, but don't you-
You know,
My headphones like fly off my head.
guys, just watch this episode if you're listening on Spotify.
Yeah.
You are.
Yeah.
You know that.
Hey, I appreciate that. I mean,
But you know that.
I would say I'm like B+. I think there's cooler people, and they're all
I
in a
didn't say
clique.
coolest.
Oh, okay, sick. Cool.
That'd be crazy.
I'll take it.
We
I'll
hope
take
to
it.
get Jabuki on the show eventually.
yeah.
But tell me when you weren't cool. Why? What happened?
I was just like a nerd. I was just like a gay nerd who like was just not. I was just trying to be friends with the wrong people,
What were
Other
those
nerds
people?
or cooler people?
like straight guys. I was trying to impress straight guys.
Long Island, though, there's like it's kind of like that. That must have been hard. in Long
Yeah,
Island.
I mean, it was a nightmare.
Yeah.
But like, we're just not connecting, and I'm just like not fast. I'm not strong. I'm not like, I don't watch sports. I don't know what they're talking about. I'm trying to convince everyone I'm straight.
When you look back, do you think like, because I was friends more with women.
Yeah. Eventually I was, but that was only like after, because a part of like being closeted was like, don't be friends with girls because everyone's going to think you're gay.
Oh.
So like you have to be friends with these guys and you have to make them like you or else everyone's going to, like it was like everything revolved around that. Also, I was such a late bloomer, so I looked 9 until I was like 17. Which
really?
didn't help, yeah.
When did you describe yourself as closeted now? Did you think of it that way when you were young? Like, I'm gay.
Yeah. Oh, I knew.
Do you remember like the age that you were like?
It started creeping up on me like 8, 9, 10. But by the time I was like 11, I just knew it. It was so obvious. That's why like whenever I heard people talk about confusion, like sexual confusion, I was like, what are you talking about? I am not confused. I know exactly what's going wrong right now. Like this sucks. I'm not confused at all.
Who's talking about sexual confusion?
That was a popular term. This was in the 1700s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely remember one guy in particular where I grew up in DC, so it was
Yeah.
very progressive. So
Yeah.
there weren't that many people who were out, but there was like there was the kind of stereotypical like it was the LGBTQ club, and everyone was straight in the club for now.
Oh my
and then
God.
gradually like people would be Qs.
Yeah.
And like gradually and
People would be
People would be
Qs.
Qs. And
They're going Q.
I just remember one guy in particular where he was just like he came out of the closet as Q, which is I'm sure it's a great step. It was funny in the moment because it was just like, hey guys, I got something to admit. I'm not sure.
And you did hit him physically.
I didn't hit him. I didn't hit him. I swear. That's so when you were that age and you were hanging out with these straight guys, were you like,
Yeah.
I'm going to bury this or maybe I'll flip
Yeah.
it? Did you think that it could change?
I think I knew deep down it couldn't, but I was trying. I feel like my whole life I've been trying to move a mountain.
Uh-huh.
I'm just like, I think I can be the first person to fix this. And I just spend every day trying.
You know how they discovered medical announcements like the first medicine that stopped the cancer, the first gay guy who
From
made
Long
himself
Island.
straight.
Yeah,
Who
who
made
willed
himself
it.
straight.
Who
Yeah.
willed it. Yeah.
From Long Island for sure. That makes sense.
Yeah. I think I gave up. I was willing it for not too long. Eventually I was just like, this is it and this is it. But I wasn't willing it for very long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're hanging out with these guys and how do they look? Do they bully you outright?
No, it was, oh God, this is such a formative memory. Okay, it's Friday.
Uh-huh.
It's like 4:00. We just got home from school. My sister, who's very cool and who was guiding me
A little
in this
older
way,
too, so
yes,
like you're seeing, yeah.
she is sort of coaching me on how to have friends and how to have a weekend.
Oh man.
So she's like, you need to text your friends at like 5:30 because it's the right time. It's not too early that you look like a loser, but it's not too late that they've already made plans and you are excluded from them. So I'm texting my friends at 5:30. What are you guys doing? And they're like, we're going to hang out and you're going to be there. And I'm like, cool. And then it's like 6:30. And my mom is like, when are you going out? And I'm like, I'm going out soon. Leave me alone. And then 6:30 turns into 7:30. And I get dressed and I put on my coolest outfit, but I haven't heard. And then 7:30 is 8:30. And then it just keeps going. And then eventually, and my mom keeps checking in on me and she knows what's happening. And I think on some level, I know that they're not going to hang out with me.
Yeah.
But eventually, it's like 9, and I just know it's been a lot of breadcrumbing, and I just know it's not gonna happen. And I had to like take off my like outfit and like put on pajamas, and like I just knew my mom watched the whole thing play out.
Do you remember? Did you send them a last text like, "All right, guys, I'm gonna head to bed. Anything changes,
I
I'm
never.
there."
I would have. I was so desperate. I would
Yeah,
never say. I
no.
was waiting for something to happen. I was just waiting for that moment. It just wasn't coming.
Yeah.
And when you look back, like, do you think they were assholes, or do you think
Yeah.
like they weren't your? But did they keep leading you on?
Yeah.
Like, okay,
No, it was on purpose.
That's bad. Oh, you think they were laughing?
100%.
Oh,
my
that's so
God.
Yeah, no, they're
mean.
not like busy. These are like 15-year-olds. Like they just didn't want me there. And
Yeah.
what can we do?
Would you ever write them a letter that said like Instagram?
No, but actually, I have reached out to like
See if they want to hang out again.
I've reached out to other kids I went to school with in a therapeutic way,
Really?
but not them. That was just like we were never
in what
close.
kind of way? Like in a
I reached out to another gay kid from my school to be like, hey, I'm gay now. Isn't it sad that we were like one of very few gay kids in school and we could have been friends,
he's like, please don't.
but
talk
we
to me."
weren't. And it was I got a little bit, but I didn't get exactly the catharsis
Yeah.
that I was looking for.
He was out too.
Oh, he was out in school.
In school. Oh,
But
okay.
like bullied beyond belief about it. Like forced
he's like,
out.
He's like resentful. He's like, fuck you. I was all alone.
But I was nice to him. Whatever.
No, I know.
I tried to be nice to him.
But it wasn't. He wasn't like. You wanted him to be like, oh, thanks for
because
writing.
we didn't get along. We were like enemies. We were like famous enemies.
Famous enemies, feuding enemies.
Yeah. So in
Wow.
hindsight, I'm going like, and I'm seeing a therapist, and I'm like unpacking a lot of things from my childhood, and I'm like, it might be nice. It might be nice to just reach out to him and say, hey, like.
Meanwhile, you're waiting for those friends. You're texting that guy like, hey, you want to hang out tonight? I'm not going to write it back.
Yeah.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
Do you remember how you viewed him in high school?
Yes. Well, okay, so I met him before that, like right before middle school. We went to the same summer camp. We went to
Okay.
the day camp in our town, and he was very gay. And people, just really, no. And I felt bad for him. And I also, I think,
Wait, what do you
on
mean
some-
when you say that? They just went up to him every day and said,
Yes, they were like, you shouldn't be this way. You're a freak.
Uh-huh.
Be a boy. Stop being this. Stop playing with the Hunchback of Notre Dame toys. Stop this.
one
He, like, wore
telltale sign
spandex
of a
every
gay
day.
kid. They love Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Yeah, stuff like this.
Yeah.
Not popular in school. I was popular in camp.
Oh.
Interesting.
In summer
Why?
day camp, because I was friends with the kid who was like the most confident, and we just became like a duo. So we became like the most popular kids in the camp, and I wanted to use my power benevolently, and I wanted to befriend this person. And I did for a while, but I think he was just so stressed out because everyone was so cruel to him. And it just, I wanted to be friends with him. I tried to be friends with him, and it just didn't happen. And then later on, when musical theater entered the conversation, things got competitive and things got intense.
Yeah.
And then we were sort of quickly put against each other. And
For the lead, like trying to get the lead?
or just like in general, just like we're both singing boys in this school, and only one can win.
I did have some with some of the other musical theater guys looking back.
Yeah.
Because it's not that many.
Yeah.
So you're like, you should just get the
My,
leads
the
right
other
out
guy,
the gate.
we were such different types that it was like clear what we each were going to get. The other guy.
Yeah.
And he is on Broadway now too.
What is he in?
He's
What the fuck?
he's a cover in was a cover in Merrily, and he did Wicked. Yeah.
Oh my God!
But
Why
like,
do we have him
but
on the
like,
pod?
truly, like both of us didn't. It didn't happen to, like the same time. I got Gutenberg, and then he got like a.
Who was in
like,
Fiddler when you did Fiddler in 7th grade, right?
No, but he was older. He was 1 year older than me, so he had
Oh.
always been a
Who
1
did
year
he
older.
play?
He get like when I was in high school, he was like Nathan. He was a really good dancer. He was like Nathan Detroit in Guys and Dolls.
Sure.
He was the lead in Bye Bye Birdie. So yeah.
Wow.
Hey.
Yeah, my bully was a great dancer.
Yeah, we were different
Like
types.
could do a split and like a backflip
Yeah,
and like
oh,
all
yeah.
this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was
Yeah.
a degree. Like by junior year, I was the musical theater guy, so I would get the lead there.
Yeah.
And then if there were any other guys, certainly we would have had like a rivalry if anyone else was like serious about musical theater.
Yeah. Crazy to be the musical theater guy.
I mean,
What a
I think,
cursed
honestly,
calling in life.
Yeah.
No, if I look at the arc of my life,
Yeah.
that was the peak.
It's the top.
Oh my-
Little Shop
Do
of
you know
Horrors,
that-
junior year of high school, to me, performance peak.
Oh, good for you.
Thank you. The peak, let me just say, summer camp, musical theater summer camp, doing the montage number from a chorus line back when I thought maybe I could kind of dance.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
And like just doing that, a dancey, singy number where I had like a nice meaty part in that
Yeah.
thing.
Oh my God.
Peak happiness.
Where was the camp?
Cherubs. It was on the Northwestern campus.
Gorgeous. Do you know that I was on Broadway when I was a kid?
Really?
I do.
And then I was fired from Spring Awakening. I never worked again.
Oh, I was going to ask about Spring Awakening.
Wait. How old were you when you
Talk about peaking.
when you were fired? Like the
I was 17.
No, wait. What was Broadway? What was first when you were a kid?
Yeah, I was 14. I was
you were in what?
14. I was in A Christmas Carol, at Madison Square Garden. Honey.
Wow.
Ever heard of it?
I have.
Yeah.
I mean, Russell,
Who was
not to
the-
brag, you just auditioned for a Christmas thing.
Yeah, it didn't go well. What?
It was F. Murray Abraham.
Okay. I was gonna ask who the
And then
Scrooge
Jim
was.
Dale.
Oh, I don't. Who's Jim Dale?
Jim Dale, he does a bunch of stuff. He also kind of
name sounds
notably
familiar.
recently was the voice of the Harry Potter books.
Okay. F. Murray Abraham. That's exciting.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And was that cool?
It was so cool. It was the best time ever.
And you were,
I was
who were you, Tiny Tim?
14. No, I was his brother and Scrooge, young Scrooge.
Oh,
Young
that's
Scrooge.
cool. That's
you
a
were
good
young
track.
F. Oh, wow.
Yeah. When they go back in time and he works in a factory and he's still nice.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And then I sing a
And she's
letter
like-
to
she's like-
my dear sister fan.
And is that the one where the girlfriend's like, pay attention? You're like, I gotta work. Is that?
Yes, but that was like he was a teenager. I was a little baby boy.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And that went well.
That went great. I did that for 2 years. It was incredible.
And then when was
my
Spring
voice
Awake?
changed. And it all just started falling apart.
And suddenly you were competing with F. Murray Abraham.
Yeah. My voice changed. It just all kind of fell apart. I couldn't really sing anymore. And I wasn't like a great actor. I was a very good singer, but then I certainly wasn't.
But wait, it changed and you
goes
lost
bad.
the ability to sing?
100%.
But I thought, like, when I think of singing now,
I know.
part of it's, it's your breath. It's your ba-ba-ba.
I think some people get through it and then other people don't. And I also think the way that I was singing at the time didn't help me get through it.
Sure.
So, yeah, it just didn't happen.
Oh, my God.
Didn't make the leap.
So
But then I got lucky and I booked this thing,
you booked Spring Awakening.
Spring Awakening.
Which, the original?
It was off Broadway at the time.
Oh, my God. I didn't know it
Yeah.
was... So this was
Wait,
Leah Michelle in it
before
already?
Everyone.
Everyone.
Oh
It
my
was like everyone
God.
and me, and then it was everyone except me.
Oh,
It was
holy
so bad.
Tell me
shit.
what happened. Tell me the story.
I just wasn't ready to be working, and I
17 is so young.
It's very young.
13 was even younger.
Sure.
Yeah, it was because what I should have done was just never sang ever again. And I didn't know that. So I just kept trying and I get this job and I know that it's an exciting job and
You
I'm
sang
excited
for
to be
the audition,
there.
I assume?
I did, but I think I did a pretty terrible job for most of the auditions. And then by the end I was like, I think I could get this. I think I might get this.
What was your song?
Well, okay, it was when Broadway was turning into like pop rock world.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, I don't know what to sing. I like Broadway stuff. That's what we're doing.
Sure.
So now I have to sing, and we have to figure it out. My mom is trying to make me cool and make me sing pop rock. So I started with like the Beatles and the Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
But I'm like barely a tenor. I've got really nothing left. I sound really awkward, and I sang Jumpin' Jack Flash, and it was just so whatever.
Who made that? Who is that? Do you know that
The
song?
Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
Okay.
And, the first one was horrible. I got a call back. I genuinely thought it was a mistake. I was like, really? Me? Okay. I went back. I did
You had
another.
blossom though. You were looking good. You were handsome.
No, I was awkward.
You were awkward.
I went from being a very cute kid to now being like a very,
Well, that show, they're
very
looking for
pubescent teen.
Yeah.
kind of like
Yeah, but sometimes a little awkward.
Yeah,
I mean, they're
yeah,
awkward.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure I was cute enough, but it was, it was a tough time. It was a tough time. Eventually, by the time I get the song that I had to sing in the show, I was like, okay, I can get away with singing this, but I'm not like flexible. I'm not like ready to work.
Which song was it?
It was Word of Your Body.
Oh my God, that's a sexy song.
Yeah.
You know this?
It was really
I-
amazing.
I've
It was
heard
an
the music, but I don't
amazing
know.
experience because that show is so incredible, and I got to learn it before so many people.
Yeah.
And it was very cool.
Yeah.
I remember like learning the music and being like, "This is unbelievable. This is such beautiful music. I can't believe like what we're getting to say. All this. It was so cool." And then I would like sing it like during rehearsals. I would come home and I would just sort of absentmindedly sing the songs, and they're very sexual in nature.
Oh, yeah.
And my mom would be like, "What did you just say?" And I'd be like, "Oh, I forgot that I was singing this crazy thing." And basically after 3 weeks of rehearsal, it was like imposter syndrome, but it was real. And they found the imposter and they got him out.
Could you? Okay,
Really?
so
Wait, how many weeks?
3 weeks.
So in rehearsal,
That's a lot of weeks, though.
I was so stressed every day.
Are you singing together? And
Yes.
Leah Michelle's giving a little like.
My song was fine. I could sing only my song because I practiced it at home.
Sure.
So I could sing only my song exactly the way I was supposed to, just like that. But then if they wanted to change anything or give me a different part or go try this or change this, I'm like,
Oh yeah.
I was like, I can, but I need 3 days and I need to do it alone.
Sure.
Like it felt, I felt like Hannah Montana or something. And I was like, I was going to get outed.
So you did 3 weeks of rehearsal. Any shows?
No. We took a hiatus and then we were going to come back from hiatus and then the show was going to start. And then in between the hiatus and that,
They replaced you.
How did you tell me how you felt? How did you
Yeah.
find out?
oh my, okay. So with how we found out was I got a phone call from my manager at the time. She called my mom and she's like screaming. And she's like, did Jared get fired from Spring Awakening? And my mom was like, what? You tell us. What are you talking about? And she's like, there's a breakdown for his part right now. And we're like,
Oh,
I don't know.
come on, gang.
So there's a breakdown for the part, and I'm in high school, and I'm just like going to school, and I'm like, okay. And then about a week later, I get a phone call from the stage manager, and she was like, so we get back from hiatus in like a few days, and this is your call time, and we're rehearsing, and this is where you got to go. And I'm going, all right, sounds like
They're
I didn't
seeing
get...
what else is out there. They're not
Yeah.
even firing you
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So after that phone call, I thought I was good. And then the next day, I get a phone call, and on my home phone caller ID is the director's name.
Oh man.
And I see it, and I'm like so spooked. And I pick it up, and yeah, he's just like, "I'm so sorry." And it was just like I didn't hear anything he said after that. I was just like, "Oh my god!" And I just felt so bad. And then the first thing I thought was, my mom is going to be so mad when I tell her, which is so crazy because of course she wasn't. But that's how you just feel. That's how you act,
Sure.
And I'm getting fired, and it's taking him forever to do it. He was being so sweet, and he was really trying to be a professional, and he was saying. I've been fired before, and it's like you get kicked out on the road, or you don't even find out you get fired until you see it. You know what I mean? So they went really like they did a very nice service to really like. I got separate phone calls from different producers to like It was because everyone knew that show was going to be what that show was.
Yeah.
So they just knew. They were like, "This is going to be you're going to have a bad year," and they knew it.
I fairly recently, did a workshop of a show and got that call from a director.
Yeah.
But what's so funny is, and it was, I don't want to say too much about the show, but it was fine to be like, oh, I don't feel like it's a good thing, and who knows if it'll go forward. But he called to be like, we're going to be looking at casting other people potentially as we move forward. But what's so funny is he made the call. He called me directly. I was like, why is he calling me? I answered the phone. I was like immediately feeling like this is what this call is that.
Yeah.
And he spilled coffee on himself right at the beginning of it. So he goes, hi, Russell. I wanted to call and talk. Ow! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! I spilled coffee on me. And then I had to deal with him dealing with that for about a minute before
3 more times over the phone call. I need to tell you something. And it's really
before he said, "Hey, we're gonna look at other people." And it's gonna happen the whole time, but you're like, "Okay, man, can we speed this part up of the process?"
That's the sketch.
Yeah.
That's great. I
That's
do
the
like
sketch.
that.
But
Audio sketches are tough, but that's.
Oh my God! Oh. Anyways,
We're gonna let you go.
We're not gonna.
Yeah.
So how did you deal with? I haven't had a scenario like that. My little sister had one with. She was gonna be Lady Gaga's one of her dancers on SNL at the Tom Hanks episode.
Oh wow.
And she Friday night, the stage was smaller than they thought, so they cut it down to 2 of 4 dancers. And it wasn't just that. I mean, that's bad enough.
Yeah.
But then those 2 dancers went with Lady Gaga to Japan, the Super Bowl, and the full tour. Yeah. And this was this would have been great.
Yeah.
Do you remember
Oh my God.
were you
I moved into the city for college where I wasn't supposed to go because I thought my career was over, but it wasn't. So I'm not going to the prom. I'm not going to college. Thank God I can continue my life as I thought. And then I didn't. And then I moved into Manhattan, New York City in New York State. And I just watched the show be the biggest hit.
Oh,
it was on every
brother.
subway car I was on. It was on every cab I drove by me.
pictures of the guy who replaced you specifically.
All of it. I remember.
What's his name?
His name's Gideon Glick.
Uh-huh.
He's extremely talented.
Yeah. No, we actually tried to book him for today.
Yeah.
Oh man. And did you ever see it?
I never saw it. No, I couldn't.
That would be.
Oh, of
too
course.
I
hard.
couldn't see it. I couldn't see
That
it.
would be so awkward.
I couldn't do it.
If you ran into Leah, would you go,
We,
Leah?
I don't think we would really remember. She wouldn't remember. It was this was like so long ago. And it was only a few weeks.
I would never forget.
Yeah. Oh God. It was tough. It was really, really
That's
tough.
really
That
tough.
really
yeah.
is
It was
brutal.
just everywhere. It was just I couldn't get away from it. But the one solace was I felt like one day at lunch in my freshman in college at a school I don't want to be at. I'm going up to my dorm to eat my lunch alone because I'm sad. I'm like, why am I here? What do I do with my life?
Yeah.
And in the elevator, this guy gets on singing "The Bitch of Living." And I'm just like, I literally cannot get away from this. But I also chose to go to school in Manhattan. I just felt like the saddest woman in the world. And that felt like a crown. It really did. Like,
Oh,
it felt
really?
like I literally, like, anytime a moment like that happened, I was like, this is what they make movies about. I felt like I was watching Grey's Anatomy at the time. I really related to Meredith, like how she was like the saddest woman in the hospital and everyone's like staring at the car crash and her friends are like, stop staring at her. She's having a hard enough time. You leave her alone. Like, I felt like that was the one thing I could have was like, well, I don't think anyone's sadder in New York City than me.
Wow. And also, The Bitch of Living is such like a perfect song to
Literally.
listen to in that moment. I once tried to do like an acting class scene. My favorite play is Amadeus because I relate to Salieri. And I thought like I couldn't pull off the scene. Like I wasn't a good enough actor to pull off the scene.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is so fitting that the role I'm attracted to is the guy who doesn't have the talent to be like God's gift to the world. And I'm not even good enough to play him.
Yeah.
Which means I should understand the part better than anybody.
Yeah.
But who's going to get it? Someone who actually is talented. And you know who that person is? F. Murray Abraham.
Yeah.
Really?
In the movie.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
That's his Oscar win.
There you go. Oh my God, I touched his Oscar.
Me too.
He brought it.
He brought it to Gutenberg when he did it.
Yes, he brings
He
it.
brings it everywhere.
He hasn't had a lot of success since movie-wise.
Look,
So
if
he
you have an
brings it.
Oscar, I'm
No,
bringing it.
he's
If I
not.
had an Oscar.
I'm joking. It's just funny that he brings it everywhere.
He does bring it. Yeah.
Wait, he brought it to Christmas Carol?
Yeah, he left it in the dressing room, and he left. He would. That was his thing. He would like leave
He would
it
bring
in
it,
the
yeah.
dressing room.
So you could walk back and be like, has anyone seen my Oscar for the movie, the lead?
Yeah.
That's funny. I didn't know it was
It
his
had all
thing.
these stains on it. It looked like a trumpet that you'd get from your high school.
Really?
Because everyone touches it and plays with it, and takes
Wow.
a picture with it, and like
Yeah, we took pictures with it.
it was like he was like being like of the people. He's like, it's of the theater.
Yeah.
Here's
he just
my
like put it
Oscar.
on the thing. Wow.
What's so weird with when you see one award,
Yeah.
you can feel it. It's exciting. You
Yeah.
can feel the power of it. And then like sometimes I'd go to a
An
casting
Emmy?
office.
Oh my God, an
and
Emmy?
there'd be like 20 Emmys in a shelf. And the moment there's more than one, you're like, it's all fucking bullshit. Like
Yeah.
it takes. I like there was one commercial I did where I was in an ad agency a couple times. And there's some award that's like a pencil, and there's bronze and silver and gold.
Oh, is it
And
like
there's-
the commercial award?
Yeah, one of those.
Yeah.
But I mean, we're talking every office has them stacked like trash
also something
on the
about,
side of the
like-
wall, and you're like, well, then
It
fuck
also
it.
depends
Yeah.
on what the award, like what you did to get the award. Because sometimes
Yeah.
when there's like producers with awards, I'm like,
Composers, get the fuck out of here.
well, no, but like producers, I'm like, oh.
You all get a Tony.
So you put money
So you
in?
paid for it,
So you paid
yeah.
for it. You put
Yeah.
money in. Oh wow, cool. You know
If someone said like I'm an EGOT, and you're like,
Yeah.
you're not. An
I know
EGOT.
someone said that with the
Sing you're an EGOT, and
someone,
then I'll believe it.
Someone said that about
Eminem?
No, what's her name? She produced
Is
The
Eminem an
Outsiders.
EGOT?
I think he's one away.
The T?
I believe so.
What's her name?
What is he an Emmy for?
What
A song and
I
something.
think you've made up this scenario.
Okay, thank God we have an in-studio
He should
producer.
make a
Chris Muller.
musical.
Yeah, really?
I think so.
Eminem
I think
is
he's
one
the
shot
perfect
away.
amount of
Once
cool
he
for a
scores-
Broadway
You
musical.
know every Broadway song, someone's gonna sing the word maggot, and you're like, oh no, here we go.
Yeah.
Oh,
He is
no.
one. He is one. He is one.
He
He's
needs
it.
the Tony still.
What
needs
does he
Tony.
have the Emmy for?
Let me look it up.
But Angelina Jolie.
Were you
produced-
going to apologize
produced-
for that rude comment you
Yeah,
made
yeah,
earlier?
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Angelina Jolie produced The Outsiders, and someone was like, she should get, she's close to an EGOT. I was like, she produced. That's not the same. I feel like for an EGOT, you have to be a like you have to have either composed or performed something.
Who are the EGOTs that we know?
Producers, that doesn't count.
Whoopi.
Right?
Whoopi.
Yeah.
I like the idea that Whoopi got that, and she said, "I'm no longer
she's dead.
performing
Yeah,
ever again.
fully dead.
I'm not going to have some of the worst political takes of all time on a weekly basis."
I'm not going to think of one creative or interesting thought for the
I think
rest of
that's.
my
I think
life.
that's what should happen. I think you get an
Yeah.
EGOT. It's like when people have like 3 Oscars. I'm like, okay, so so no one else can have it to me.
I know.
That's like being old and still being in politics. It's like you got the thing.
Yeah.
Open it up.
For real.
But
I
these
agree 100%.
I hate. Tova tells me all the time. I say, look, I don't want to go to the award shows, and she goes, "You're gonna go to the award.
You're
shows.
gonna go.
No, I'm gonna Woody Allen.
Everyone
in more
hates
ways
LA
than one.
until they have to go to LA.
What?
Everyone hates LA until they have to go to LA.
That's so true.
And no, I know a lot of people recently that have come back from LA, and they come back going, "I hate LA."
They'll go 2 more times, and then they'll think they're the first person to invent liking LA. They'll come back after the 3rd trip, and they'll be like,
I really like it.
I actually discovered some stuff over there.
I think I
and
could
no
love
one
it.
knows about it but me. And then the 5th time they go, they're like, I want to move there. And it's like, fine, either go there or don't. But it's so. One time I was in a green room in New York, and these 2 comics are going back and forth. They're like, oh, I fucking hate LA. LA sucks. LA's so gross. LA. And then they're like, where are you from? And I was like, LA. And they're like, oh, I'm going to be there in 2 weeks. You know any shows I can get on? And I'm just like, guys, just everyone be chill. Like, it's fine. LA's fine. New York's fine. Everywhere's bad. Go to LA or don't.
You could
What's
go
the
to LA.
problem?
I've told you this before. I could go to LA if I could live well. Like, I don't want to struggle. I know struggling here. I don't want to struggle.
Struggling there is easier.
I don't want to have a car unless I'm getting driven places. I want to have a pool. Like
You don't want to have a car.
I don't want to be in charge of driving myself
Sure.
to places.
Yes, me and Tova, we can't drive, so
Yeah.
we gotta figure it out.
You can?
Me and Tova don't know
Wow.
how to drive.
Okay.
But you're really a bi-coastal guy.
And say that again.
You're really a bi-coastal guy.
Yeah.
You mean like for real? I don't even know where you live.
I live there. I live
Yeah, I
in
know.
LA. I
You've
live.
told us 10 times.
Yeah.
We get it.
Hollywood. Bright lights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ever heard of it?
California.
Best stand-up comedy in the world, Los Angeles.
I'm gonna cry. Yeah, I live in LA, but I'm from here. My family's here, so it's easy. When I'm here, I just leech off of my family.
Oh, okay.
And that's how I'm able to be here.
What does your sister do now?
My sister, she stopped working. She has a daughter.
Oh wow! So the
Yeah.
daughter works.
The daughter doesn't work yet, but we'll put her to work soon.
Does your sister like your comedy?
She does, and she also likes comedy.
She does.
Yeah, so it's a fun thing. It's a fun new thing we get to share.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did she feel? What was she like? Because you're acting, you must be getting some extra special attention.
Sure. But my sister, she did like when I was a kid, you mean?
Yeah.
My sister briefly modeled. She's very pretty. Briefly modeled, but she didn't like it. She wanted to just be like a kid in high school and have fun. And yeah, she was fine. She like had her own. She did not want to hang out with us. She was like, I'm off at a party. I'm gonna, be a teen.
I think it was weird because you say
She didn't want attention from us. We were like desperate
Sure.
for her approval, and she was like, "Get away from me."
Yeah,
so I was
yeah.
like, "I'm gonna go into the city and sing for 45 minutes and come back." And she was like, "I don't know you.
Yeah.
I don't care."
I always imagined because I didn't do anything professional performance-wise when I was a kid,
yeah.
and I would have thought that like
crying?
kids at school. Yeah.
You would.
I would have thought the kids at school would be like, "Oh my God, you're in F. Murray Abraham from my favorite movie Amadeus."
Yeah.
But like, I would think
It was
that
a
they
mix.
think it was cool.
It was a mix. People did, but then it was also like gay. It was gay, but then also some people thought it was cool.
yeah.
It was a mix. It put me on the map for sure because again, my sister was super popular. I was really not. I was really losing the battle. I needed to boost engagement, and then child acting got me there.
God, Spring Awakening would have really.
I brought the tape when I was on SNL. We played it in every class. It's pretty cool.
Wait. Oh yeah, you were in an SNL thing.
In a sketch when I was a kid.
Wow.
Oh,
Which
what was
one?
in that sketch?
What was it?
It's called the Fun Friends Club.
Oh, what happened?
It was a Barney sketch. The joke was we came back from hiatus and we were all going through puberty, and Rachel Dratch now didn't fit in her clothes anymore.
Oh.
And we had to jump and dance, and my character, my voice had changed, and then Don Pardo played my speaking voice, the announcer.
Oh, that's funny.
Saturday
Yeah.
Night Live guy.
And you just
That's
mouthed.
so cool.
Yeah.
Was it? Is it a good performance? You still,
I think so. My lip sync was more locked in during the dress rehearsal, but we got there. I would say it was good. I was singing, I was dancing, I was lip syncing.
Yeah.
I was selling it.
Yeah.
I also was 15 and not actually 8, like the actual 8-year-olds who were also cast as the children.
Yeah.
So I knew where I was and I cared. I was excited. I was
Yeah.
meeting Tracy Morgan. I couldn't believe it.
That's so cool.
Do you
Yeah.
feel like having done so much professional work as a kid made you? Do you feel like? Do you look at people who have been in the industry since they were in their early 20s or mid 20s and go like, oh, I know something even deeper than you guys about this thing?
Yeah, but it's yes, yeah, I do. The short answer is yes, but it's not good.
What's the
Like
whiz?
I feel like when I started
Should we
doing
get
stand
out?
up, I was so happy and really grateful to do it. Like it was so fun, and I was pretty lost for a long time, and I didn't know what to do. And but I had a lot of like fear about like pursuing this industry and pursuing performance, and I've been fired and never worked again. Like it feels very bad. And then to kind of like walk back into that willingly of like that possibility and feeling fearful and feeling like people could tell I was fearful, and you're supposed to be really confident and you're supposed to be like really strong. And
Did you leave after Spring Awakening?
No, I tried for like 2 more years, could not get a job. Could not get a job. And then after 2 years of trying and failing, I quit.
Was it like
I'm
a
like, you can't
moment?
fire me, I quit.
Did you say I quit? You
Oh,
called your
I had
agent?
like one last audition in like Midtown when I was like 19 for a musical, and there was just all these Spring Awakening reminders at the audition.
Yeah.
Because like I think they're like a year had gone by or like 6 months had gone by, so everyone's contract was like up. So they were all
People were on the phone like, oh, my mother who bore me. Someone else has totally fucked.
yeah. But like all
Leah
the
Michelle's tit pops out somewhere.
all the actors were looking for work now. So I'm at this audition with all of them. And I'm like, oh God. And then like I'm bumping into like the director, I'm bumping into the actors. I'm like, I walk into the actual audition and the guy I'm singing for is wearing a Spring Awakening shirt.
You're
and I'm
like,
it was so
oh my
it was I could not get away from it. And then I sing my little song and it was so forgettable. And I feel terrible, and then they're kind of looking at their notes, and for whatever reason, I like look behind me, and on the wall behind me is the biggest bug I've ever seen in my life. It kind of looked like a praying mantis, but it also looked like a roach. It was this big black bug, and I see it, and I'm like, oh my God. So I turn back to this table of people, and they're like, they don't notice it, and they're like scribbling. And I was like, hey guys, there's a, and then when they all see the bug, they start screaming. They jump up, this whole table of gay guys screaming. And in all of that commotion, I just left. I was supposed to stay and finish my audition and do the sides, but I was just like,
my
get me
God.
out of here. Get me out of here. I don't want this anymore. I don't want to sing anymore. I don't want to see Spring Awakening shirts anymore. I hate this.
And as you left, you realized you were the bug.
Yeah.
That sounds like what's that author where the guy turns into the beetle?
Oh,
The famous
oh,
guy.
yeah. I don't know.
It just
but
sounds like one of those kind of stories of
Yeah.
just.
Wow.
I mean, I knew it was like even in the moment, I was like, I'm living in a story. I really felt it every single day, and the romance of that was the only thing that got me through having to live through it.
Yeah.
Because what I actually wanted was to be in the show and like to be succeeding and feeling good about that. So yeah, it was just I walked to the park, and I got to the park and I sat down and I was just like, just cry and you'll feel better. Just sit here and just cry. And I couldn't even cry, and I was so stuck in it. And I called my manager at the time and I was like, no more musicals, just no more musicals. And he was like, okay. I don't care. Bye.
Yeah.
And I was like, great.
I have an announcement to make.
Yeah.
Should we call the press?
Yeah.
Deadline.
So that was it. That was the end of it. That big fucking bug, and I just never went back.
What's the name of that author? Can you look up that author? It turns into a bug. Everyone says, that was so Latian. So you're in college when this happens.
Yeah.
And that was your whole life. That was or
I
did
thought
you,
I was going to do it for the rest of my life. And then I'm like, now what?
Sure.
And I'm like, I'll just
Which honestly,
act.
to have that question sure. So now I'm just gonna act. That was the change.
Yeah, but I wasn't even good at acting. I didn't even like acting.
Do you still
Acting
think you're
made
not
me
a good
ner-
actor?
No, I would audition that following year. I'd audition for like plays. Casting directors would burst out laughing at me.
Why? Because
They were comedies?
No.
no.
Like I just was not like I just wasn't an I can act now, but not then. I was just a kid who could sing and was cute.
Yeah.
And I would stand there and listen. And
Yeah.
I wouldn't, do my homework and sing, and
Yeah.
that's how you do it. So I had to learn to
Oh,
act
man.
later, but it wasn't at the time. Yeah.
This is the first story. Normally, when I hear like child working stories, I'm like, I wish I had.
Yeah.
And this is one of the first where I'm like, okay.
Yeah, it's tough. They
That's
took my
very
braces off. They
traumatic.
shouldn't have took my braces off. We took them off early. My jaw clicks to this day.
For Spring Awakening?
No, just for all of it.
Even worse.
This is before.
That's why his back's fucked up. He had a back brace too.
Yeah.
All for Spring Awakening.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah.
But then you're still acting up until you did stand up? You never.
No, I never quit. I guess I just didn't know what to do, so I just kept doing it, like out of just passive confusion. I would book like a job a year, which is something, but it's you cannot live off of $600 and 1 day of work a year.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I'm like trying to figure out what I should do, and then I had a similar. Please cry in this zip car in Santa Monica, and I can't even cry. Leaving a Bud Light commercial callback that I didn't get, and I'm like, how many times am I going to drive to Santa Monica and not get a Bud Light commercial? What am I doing?
That
I'm
is
just getting
such a
older and
sad
older and older and
sentence.
older.
That sentence, wow.
Yeah.
It's moments like that I go, stand up. So the autonomy of stand up is so great.
Yes.
Because I haven't had to deal with that audition feeling in a long time. I
No.
know that audition feeling.
Ugh, it's horrible.
Where it just, you didn't even get a chance. You didn't even get a chance, and maybe you did, but it was.
Or you blew it,
Or you blew it.
had a chance
Yeah,
and you
you-
ruined
you-
it.
you
It's
knew-
all bad.
yeah,
It's
oh.
all
They
bad.
tell you, if I was to audition for musicals, I'd be a 10 out of 10 on the suicide scale right now.
Yeah, tell me
You know
about
what
it.
I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to be careful showing this to the camera. I worry I show my social
Oh,
security
yeah.
number. Oh my God. I was, this is just a little side story. I got my wallet stolen.
No.
It's a nightmare.
Why did you take it?
I know.
Yeah. And I had to replace this one card that it's under my stepfather's. It's not a credit card under his account, but his account lets me access this airport lounge thing. Had to get him on the phone.
Okay.
I'm just trying to make clear my stepfather is
lounge?
not. It's like any lounge, not any lounge, but a lot of lounges
A
internationally.
lot of
Centurion?
lounges.
Centurion, but other ones too.
Okay.
But it's like he has the high Amex,
Like veteran something?
something,
Okay.
Yeah.
to titanium, and I had to get him on the phone,
Okay.
and let me see if I can make up. I think I can say this.
If you're hearing this song, it means we cut something out. Probably Russell being racist. Shh.
Wow.
I'm probably gonna have to edit.
100th birthday is a big deal, live or dead, though. So I can see why the person made the joke.
You want me to celebrate yours?
Yeah, if you're still around, I want you to celebrate my birthday.
What do you want me to do for that birthday?
Go to my grave.
Is Nicole?
Cry.
Is Nicole coming?
I'm assuming everyone's dead. I'm assuming there's not a country at that point. But if you're still alive, go to my grave alone. Don't bring anyone with you, and sit there and reflect for 12 hours and think about me.
12 hours?
12 hours.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
so
you
let's
can
let's say Tova has sadly passed away
Uh-huh.
or left me.
You can't bring a new person. No.
Okay. Nicole's still alive.
Uh-huh.
We both love you and miss you so much.
Okay.
And we're constantly checking in and be like, remember when Russell did this? Remember when Russell did
Uh-huh.
that? Do you want us to get married?
No. No. I'm not opposed. I told Nicole she could go.
This is Nicole Kidman?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. This is Nicole Kidman.
His wife,
My
Nicole.
wife, Nicole Kidman. No, but I said just a year. That's all I'm asking. But actually, I'm pretty loose on that. You could whatever. I don't-
Nicole's your
doesn't
wife.
matter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter when I'm dead. Do what you
If
want.
I die,
do what you want.
you fire Tova that day.
Sorry, Gianmarco's dead. He was the glue.
she'll be worried about other things. It'll be
Yeah,
fine.
yeah,
It'll
yeah.
pass. Are you seeing anyone?
Am I seeing anyone?
Yeah.
I'm not. If you have anyone for me.
I would have no idea what your type is.
Rich.
Really? Hot? What's more important, rich or hot?
Hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
That'd be
hot
a fun
for you?
segment if we like for single people
And they've
had
been waiting
someone
there the whole
waiting.
time?
And then we-
You're talking
Yeah.
about making a dating show, our podcast into a dating show?
I can't imagine
don't
anything.
know.
I think if I was on a dating show, I think I would fall for it. I think like we all think it's so fake. I think if I had to really, genuinely try to date a handsome man on television to get him to love me, I would lose my mind. I would start talking the way they talk on a dating show. I think I would genuinely. I get me on one of those shows.
Are you going to lean into being like a villain? Are you going to be like gossipy? Are you just going to be sweet and nice? Because you want, if I'm on a dating show,
Yeah.
To quote my girlfriend, I want it to be to boost engagement.
Yes.
And I want to be like,
That's what the dating show's called.
I want to be kind
boost
of
engagement.
Boost engagement.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
And there's a ring. The O is 2 rings.
Instead of being like The Bachelor and everyone's trying to get brand deals, let's be honest. It's
Yeah.
boost engagement.
Yeah.
It's 20 people just trying to get famous, and we'll put a camera
Yeah.
on them. They can do whatever the fuck they want.
yeah.
Sure. You would would you go on a dating show? I want to do a reality show
I
so bad.
wouldn't, but if I did, I would be like.
What show would you do? You could do any show.
I'd have to do one of the gay ones, and I don't know, whatever that one is. I think it's like queer, the one that queer quant or something.
Queer Quant.
What is that?
I don't know. It's like you're the one that I want.
Oh.
It was like a bi one.
Wait, gay
I
people
feel
are
like they
on
have
regular
versions
shows?
of regular. Yeah.
What do we have?
No, I feel like what about Love Island? Do they not?
All right,
have
put me
a
on
gay-
Love Island.
Do they not
Sure.
have gay people on Love Island?
Survivor.
I don't think they
Survivor.
do.
They have
Really?
gays on Survivor.
Not on Love Island.
Gays on Survivor.
You could do couple to throuple.
Oh.
Couple to Thruple. The first season of Couple to Thruple. Okay, put me on to Couple to Thruple,
Sure.
and I will cry.
You would cry?
I almost cried on this podcast.
Really?
Humiliating.
Which
Over which part?
when he was talking about the old man
Whenever
at
you
the-
guys were talking.
Sure. What reality show would you do if you could do it for funsies?
I don't know. They're all very stressful to me. A reality show?
Would you do Big Brother with me?
I would do them
No,
anyway.
I'm not.
You
would I
wouldn't do
the
Big
one-
Brother with me?
No, would I do the one that are stuck in a house and filmed the whole time?
No. I meant Amazing Race.
No.
No,
Why?
I would not do Amazing
That's
Race.
so stressful.
Why wouldn't you do that
They're
with
gonna
me?
make you jump out of a
We're
plane.
jumping out of planes like scorpions and things. Like there's weird
It's
challenges.
hot. You got a backpack.
But we're gonna win.
Gianmarco, if I went on Amazing Race with you, we would.
Wait,
we
you would
be,
so go on.
We would be the
Amazing
first
Race.
ones out. We'd be the first
I'm
ones out.
surprised you haven't
and then
already.
You would get so mad at me because I would be like, it would start, and I'd be like, I'm not racing. That's what I would do. I'd be like, I'm not racing. Who am I here to prove to what?
Are you
to
telling-
prove to what? Who am I proving this to? I don't need to win this.
You're trying to win the money.
You're trying to win the money, exposure, boost engagement, get more podcast
Can I tell you?
listeners.
I know we would never win that race.
Why do you say that?
We would.
Oh my God! Wait, as a podcasting duo, you probably should go.
We could go against other podcasting duos.
But I would not-
You think we'd lose to the Are You Garbage guys?
Probably.
Really?
I'm not going to jump out of anything.
Well, here's the thing: you don't have to. You can just have a meltdown about it for an
That's
episode.
true.
And then get sent home.
Yeah.
I would be pissed if you was like getting out of a plane. And you're
You
like,
get- we
no,
would get
no,
in
no."
such big
I'd
fights.
say you fucking get out of that
Yeah.
goddamn
We
plane.
would get such big
Someone
fights.
recently told me what it feels like, and it's bad.
I went skydiving.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it was incredible.
What did they describe it as?
Like it hurts. It's physically uncomfortable the whole time. You're strapped to a stranger. It like hurts. It's
Why are
like
you
the
asking for a
wind's getting in
secondhand
your
account? I'm right
mouth.
here. I did it.
Yeah.
It's fun. You face your mortality and you laugh at it. And you say, I'm going to survive
you
anyway.
seem like you're doing well. So
Hey, I did it. I'll do it again.
Did you feel like you were facing your mortality?
No, so I think something went crazy where you go, oh, this isn't how I die.
Yeah.
We could do it now.
No, yeah, of course.
I've determined that
Yeah,
this
I don't
is
think
not
you
how I
faced
die.
your mortality.
Yeah, well, what is to face? I think the only way to face
I'll show you.
mortality.
You're
Do you
gonna
know
face it today.
I'm most afraid of when are coming back, when you're like landing, that like when they like kind of come in fast, that my legs would go like that. You know what I mean? Like when they're coming in.
So
'cause
you're surviving.
strapped to
You're,
someone.
at that point, you've been dead for 20 minutes. Don't worry about that. Don't you worry about that.
But you're landing, but like one leg gets stuck and it just rips right off.
Yeah, that's what I'm scared
And everyone
of.
goes, he did it.
Yeah. He did it. He made it all the way down, then immediately my legs.
You'll be the first person to die from screaming.
And you don't feel it. You don't feel it for a while because of the adrenaline so much.
Yeah.
So you're like, I did it.
Oh God.
What?
Yeah.
Oh God. Man.
Let's do it. I want you to think of a show for us to do together. It could be. We already did one game show
Oh my
together.
God,
We
the
did a
Great
game
British
show.
Bake Off.
Oh, I would no, but I'm not good at that. But we did do a game show together.
Yeah,
and
so
that was
something
fun.
like that.
Yeah.
What game show?
it was on Quibi. No one saw it.
Oh, what game show?
It was about what's it called?
Eye candy.
Eye candy. It was like a is it cake kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and now it's on Roku now.
Damn.
Josh Groban was the host.
Damn. I was gonna be a Quibi star.
Really?
I was gonna be on like 3 of those things.
Yeah.
Damn.
Um,
We lost so much.
We did.
let's go into our next segment. This
Oh,
has
yeah.
got to stop.
This has gotta stop.
This has got to stop. Do you have this got to stop?
Yeah, this got to stop. Okay, I was on vacation and I've been noticing it this week. Families, when they're traveling, they talk so mean to each other. Like simple things like on the way here, I was on the subway and there was a family. It was 2 kids and parents and the kid was just got on a subway. They're clearly like overwhelmed. There's a lot happening. They're not from New York, and the mom is like, "Just grab the railing, Denise." And I feel like I noticed it when I was on vacation too. Like every little interaction is so mean.
Yeah.
Just talk like you're a family. This is why it's horrible. And the kids talk mean too. And it's like, just say night. You could say, "Grab the railing, Denise." It takes the same amount of time and it's not horrible. Like just, I don't know why
Are you nice to your family?
I am, but I think, I mean, of course, you always get snippy with your family, of course. But I feel like I just been hypersensitive to it, and it's like horrible to be around. Like, because I was on such a nice, relaxing vacation, and I just kept noticing these families talk to each other that way, and it just was unnecessary. Like, no crisis was happening,
Yeah.
nothing bad was happening. It's just how they would interact with each other would be so mean.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Do you have any other notes on how women should raise their children?
Okay, there was men doing it too. I'm just saying, like, that's
Sure.
what I noticed.
That's a good one. Mine is, and I hope this isn't too xenophobic.
Oh my God.
So sometimes I'll watch
Snow cone people. What is with them?
Sometimes I'll watch a porn, and someone like the stepdad or whatever will have an intense Russian accent. Or an intense, like, a European,
Yeah.
Eastern European accent, and it's not addressed.
It's not part of the thing.
It's not addressed at all.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's coming up.
You want a line thrown in, like,
I can't believe Mom met you on that trip to Moscow.
yeah.
And now
Is it always Russian men? that you're
it definitely,
encountering?
it feels like it's, and it comes out of nowhere. It's not clear in the thumbnail. And then there's just something I watch it and like she's in like Florida and just talking, and then he comes. I can't do accents. Can you do like a Russian, like a thick? Your mother. I can't. I can't do accents.
The training has failed you.
I can't
Wow.
do it.
No, why am I not doing it?
Just say a line. I'll be the girl.
Say the line. What line do you want to say?
Hi. Why are you in my room?
Because I would like to have sex with you.
Fine, but only my butt.
I don't.
Wait, let's keep going.
No, because I don't feel like this is a problem. I've not been encountering this in porn.
I don't know. It's recently. It's just
Russian
like
women sometimes, but like
this is why I open 8 tabs just in case any of them has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wanted to address.
I don't listen. I don't like the part where anyone's talking.
I
Oh,
agree.
I just fast forward right to the.
I need story.
I
need story.
No.
It depends.
I need to know how they're related.
They're
A
always-
little bit of story is fun, but like costumes are fun. A little bit of costumes are fun to me.
Costumes?
Yeah, but I don't
without
wanna,
the story?
Yeah, because I don't need to see the acting. I don't want
I
to see the
hate
acting.
the costumes. I hate even worse. Sometimes it'll be like Avatar. Like when Avatar came out, there's always like Avatar porn, and so they're covering it in like
I feel
blue
like
makeup.
it's very easy to get around whatever problems you're encountering.
Yeah.
Don't click on Avatar porn, man.
But what was funny is they're it's like the makeup budget was high, so they're all in blue.
No, I know.
But then as they fuck,
Is the blue getting on the bed?
that? But also like as they fuck, their genitals start
It's
starts
mushing.
So suddenly
The
their
sweat.
genitals are
Yeah.
human.
Pink. Yeah.
Yeah, their genitals are human. You want the Avatar genitals. You
Yeah.
want those fucking Avatar genitals.
So yeah, I just need the accent addressed. I don't have a problem with the accent, but I don't know that many couples or that many stepdads and their respective stepdaughters where the stepdad has a very intense accent.
Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mine is wholesome.
Okay.
Great.
2 devils, demonic demons, angel,
Yeah.
angel type.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
this has got to stop. Dry bread at bakeries and cafes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I can see that it's dry. You can see that it's dry. You know it's dry, and you're charging people for this.
What kind of? You mean just like a whole loaf?
Slices, loaves, cake, any kind of bread that you're selling.
Sure.
You know, you can see right away. You can see
I
it.
don't know if I can see it. What do you
Oh,
look
I
for?
can. If something is dry, you can tell. Can't you tell? If something is burnt, you can tell.
So are you mad because you forgot to check one day?
No. I'm mad because I'm walking into this cafe, I'm looking into the counter, and I'm seeing dry baked goods that you and I both know are not. Stop it.
Yeah.
Don't be doing
Sure.
this.
Yeah.
Would you do that?
No.
No.
It's disrespectful.
But I can see you go, oh my God, no one's buying the bread in the morning. What are we going to throw it all away?
No, these places you can donate it.
You can donate it.
At the end of the day, they
I like
donate
discount. I really like when they go, hey, just so you know, the sushi, it's been out for a long time.
it. Yeah.
It's probably fine. Here's a discount. I go, thank you. I will take that risk.
Nice.
I would do that with bread. If I'm
Yeah.
going to toast it anyway, I'll be like, you know what? I'm going to toast
Yeah.
it. Give me a little discount. We're good.
Yeah.
But the lying's got to stop.
Yeah.
It's it's like I would never put this out as a product. I would never lie to someone's face and say you should buy this.
Well, and if you've been tricked sometimes and you get it.
no,
and
it's not
then-
even a trick. It's not even a trick because you literally. That's the thing. It'd be one thing. It's not. This isn't like a taste thing of like, oh, I didn't like it. That's not
Yeah.
their fault. You can see with your eyes
Yeah,
before
yeah,
you
okay.
ever
I see what you're
anything
saying.
that it's dry. And I'm looking back at them like, and you're okay with that. That's just sitting there. You're going to sell that to someone. And you're
Yeah.
going to know it's dry. You're going to know you baked it better yesterday. You might bake it better tomorrow. You're going to charge the same thing. You're going to sell people like it's not dry.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Sure.
I don't like that.
Do you want to name them?
Honestly, it happens so often. It happens so I can't even name a place because it's so many places.
Okay. All right. Good. This has got to stop. Let's go on to our final segment.
You better count your blessings.
You better count your blessing. Did you just put your?
I thought my phone was ringing.
Oh.
No, that was the music in the headphones.
Okay. If I was wearing them, I would know.
I have a good one today. My blessing today is we've been coming here how long? You know, coming to the studio
For a
doing
while,
these
yeah.
episodes, and every day I try to get on the subway and determine where I'm going to get off. That it'll be right the stairs right there, and I never get it right. Never. I've been trying every time. Well, because sometimes it's different too with the F or the M. It's a different thing.
yeah.
But today it lined up. It was the first time the doors opened and the stairs were right there. And it must have saved 30 seconds. But I felt like, wow, now I know
Yeah.
if the M or if the F train comes, where to stand exactly to get it.
That's a good one. I like that.
Yeah.
My blessing is honestly, even though I do think it's absurd the amount of money I had to pay to get it done, I'm very happy to have access to Xanax and not have to just get it off someone.
Yeah.
It's so important.
It's so important. I'm glad I got it done. It's infuriating every time I deal with the medical system. I get the deep anger. But that, and now hopefully I can get Adderall and try it and have it be a part of my life. And I just feel like a lot of ways there's certain medication stuff I should have looked into when I was younger. I mean, you know, especially ADHD stuff. I'm like, I don't know. There could have been parts of school that would have been easier for me.
Yeah.
And I'm glad at 35. This has felt like a big year of self-improvement and like getting things like,
This is you improved?
it is, but it is.
Yeah.
Damn.
It is.
So
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm happy to get that, and I pray to God it works. I'm gonna do a test run, and
How?
like I'm just gonna try it before I go to bed regular.
And I'm
And
Dova's gonna
Dova's
shake
gonna
the-
come in with some almonds and like tap me on the shoulder. Do you want this shitty little bag of almonds? That would be fun. Do you have a blessing?
I do.
What's your blessing?
It's the forgiveness of others.
Oh,
There's
yes?
nothing like it.
Someone forgive you recently?
No, I've never done anything wrong.
Good.
Yeah, I've never needed it personally, but I hear it's nice.
Did you give it? Have you ever forgiven someone where you felt like?
If you come to me,
Correct. I will always forgive.
If you come to you, correct.
1,000%. I love to forgive people, and I love to be forgiven.
I think
It's like I feel like I'm in the sky, and it's heaven.
What if Donald Trump came to you right now and said, "Can I?" And he like gave you a very sincere apology for what he's done to America, and he was really sincere to you.
I don't
Wouldn't
think
feel
that
good.
would.
Wouldn't feel good. Maybe a little bit.
What would it
I don't
sound
think
like? Let's see
would.
it.
Yeah. What would it be?
I don't know.
Last night I told Tov, I said, I think it's time for me to get this impression down.
Yeah.
Huge China. That's how he says it. I'm allowed to say it.
Yeah.
We're gonna bleep that. That was crazy. Oh my God! You can't just say China.
This is coming out August 20th. If Biden is still in the race,
Yeah.
I will kill myself.
He will be.
I just couldn't stand. I know this is going to be the most dated when it comes out. Did you watch any of the RNC? That was the last night.
I did
last
not.
night.
I did
we
not.
were by the TV. I never watched TV, but I was.
Oh,
like,
I watched
was
Amber
Hulk.
Rose.
You watched Amber Rose.
Yeah.
I watched Hulk Hogan. I watched Kid Rock. I watched all these people that
All
like
the big ones.
Kid Rock. When I was younger, Kid Rock, I had a CD, and I was like third grade. I shouldn't have had the CD.
Yeah.
And it was him with Eminem. They're flicking off the camera with like the biggest fake titted woman in the world, and they had little stars on them. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
I
this is the
remember
guy.
that. Yeah.
This is the guy. And the lyrics were talking about how he was devil sent, and I'm like, okay. I don't believe in any of this,
Yeah.
but it's pretty crazy. There's literally some guy converting to Catholicism later in life, and they really believe in it, and they think like the devil is real.
Yeah.
And then Kid Rock's out there like, I'm from the devil.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you guys don't. The only thing that's stringing you together, if you're being honest, is a love of white supremacy. That is the only thing you have in common. He believes he's
Trash.
from the devil. You believe. It's crazy. That's the
Yeah.
one thing. Or just it's awful.
Yeah.
It's all. I know you were swayed by Trump's changed tone.
I know.
Here's the
You know
thing.
me.
People said this. They said Trump. He talked about the assassination attempt, and they were like, it was really somber. It was really moving. And it was like, you know what? For almost getting shot and living through it, it was fine. If someone almost tried to shoot me,
Yeah.
and it nicked my ear, and then it didn't hit, and I told you the story. It's going to be a pretty good story 10 times out of 10.
Yeah.
That's an
Yeah.
exciting story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you don't get points. It wasn't like, oh, wow, he really captured the whistle of the bullet. I felt
Yeah.
it touch my ear. So I hope it's Kamala. And listen, podcast listeners,
Is that, okay.
I think it will be.
You think?
Yes.
It sounds like could be days away from.
You're kidding.
A spin.
Stop.
No, then
Oh
today,
my God, I'm getting
today
chills.
Biden said,
Yeah.
I'm back on the trail next week.
Really?
Of course.
I want the listeners to know something. If it is Kamala, Russell and I are gonna be a little more, a little cringy. We're not gonna be fully cringy. We're gonna criticize.
But we're gonna
But if
be.
you see
we're
us
gonna be
being like a
better
little
behaved.
Or if you see us being a little more like, guys,
Go blue.
go blue.
Yeah.
I want you to know that the second she loses to Trump, we're going right back to just shitting all over the Democratic Party for the rest
my
of our
God.
lives. Where can people find you?
You can find me online. You can find me at Hey Jared Hey. I have a podcast. It's called Sorry What. Check it out. Everywhere. YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Patreon, my house. Come over. See me.
And then other than Trump rallies, where can people find you, Russell?
Oh, just on Instagram at Russell Day Daniels.
And for me, I'm everywhere at Gianmarco Soresi. We'll have links to everything below, including that picture of Jared on his Instagram.
Sick.
Oh my God! I'm going to be Toronto. We added a 6th show. Maybe we'll add a 7th or 8th. By now, I'm in Toronto, August. Let's say September 5th through September 8th. Let's be.
Oh, wait. Can I say
optimistic.
where I am?
Yeah, you can say where
If
you
it's
are.
August 20th?
Yeah.
All right. Cut out the dead air as I pull it up.
Nope. I'll keep saying more.
Okay.
September 12th, 13th, and 14th, I'll be in Appleton, Wisconsin. One of the
Appleton?
first places I ever headlined was the Skyline Comedy Club, and they're having me back. So check that out. And then Burlington, Vermont, the weekend after that. What do you got?
Okay, now it's Jared again. 9/11, I'm in Portland. 10/16, I'm in Austin at Cap City. 11/19, I'm in Philly. 11/20, I'm in Raleigh, North Carolina. Come see me.
All right. And I always say to myself, I will have something more interesting to say at the end of the show as a fun. Oh, join the Patreon.
Yeah.
Patreon.com/downside. Didn't bring it up. You're going to get a bunch of stuff from the tour that Russell and I did. The
We're
sold
recording an
out
album?
tour. We're recording 2 songs because we hit the 500 patron mark. Not all of them are paid patrons, but they're in it, and it's fine.
That's amazing. Congrats.
So, thank you.
500's a lot.
Listen, oh my God, it wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth it a single second. And as the final thing, tell them this will be dated, but not really. Tell them what happened when Trump picked his vice presidential nominee.
Wait, what?
When Trump picked his.
Oh my God! I had that day when he picked JD Vance. I had 3 different people text me, saying that I look like JD Vance, and then
You should learn an impression.
And then, well, I'm working on something. But then I went on Twitter, and it was sea of people talking about how ugly JD Vance is, and it was a real. Like it was like I saw all 3 texts at the same time and immediately went to Twitter, and it was all this ugly person. This is the ugliest person, and it really like it was a night, you know.
For my JD Vance tweets, I actually used a picture of you,
You know,
in the tweet.
and I texted you before I even saw your tweets about how ugly he was, and then I saw your specific ones, and that was like, wow, okay. It was more painful reading your ugly things about him.
You're my little Cabbage Patch adult. This is The Downside.
1, 2, 3. Downside. You're listening to The Downside
The Downside.
with Gianmarco Soresi.